guys, it's Liv, also known as Fayil23, and today I'm going to be going over a Minecraft mod that I created called Fayil's Temperature Mod. So I'm just going to show off all of the features and how everything works. So the first thing you may have noticed is that in the top left corner it says my temperature is 0. Now, this number isn't based on any real world degrees or anything, it's just a whole number unit between -10 and 10. And since I'm currently in a plains biome, I have a neutral temperature of 0. So if I go into my creative inventory here, you can see that there's now a second page, and on that second page you can find a tab for the mod. So now as you can see, I've made 6 new items and 5 blocks, and I'm going to show you what each of them do, starting with this thermometer. So if you right click with the thermometer, you'll see that it outputs the current temperature, which is of course 0. Now you might be wondering what's the point of that, my temperature's in the top left. But these are actually two different values. One is the player temperature, and the other is the area temperature. Now, the area temperature is assigned to each location, and it's decided based on factors such as the biome, if it's in water, if it's raining, if there are any temperature sources nearby, which I'll get to in a bit, stuff like that. And the player temperature will sort of gradually adjust to the area temperature over time. So if you've been in one location for a while, then your player temperature will be the same as the area temperature, but that's not always the case, and I'm going to show that now. So if I go into this Badlands biome and use the thermometer, you'll see that the base area temperature is 10. And now you'll notice in the top left, my temperature is steadily rising. And the player temperature will continue to rise until it reaches 10. So I'm going to switch into survival mode here, and you'll see that when my temperature reaches 6, I get this effect titled Hot. Now, this effect doesn't do anything, it's just kind of a warning, hey, your temperature's getting up there. But when the player temperature hits 8, Hot becomes overheat, which acts as slowness and weakness combined, and at a player temperature of 10, overheat will become heat stroke, which is a damaging effect that will eventually result in death. And you can see it's got that nice little death message there. Similarly, if your temperature reaches -10, you'll get this effect hypothermia, as well as intermediate effects cold and frostbite, which I'm not going to show because they function just like their warm counterparts. So that's how the area temperature and the thermometer work. So now I'm going to show off some of the other items that I've made, specifically the ice cubes, the ice water bottle, and the ice cream. Now these all function fairly similarly. If I go into survival here, you can eat them, and as well as providing a little bit of hunger, it will lower your temperature. So you'll notice the ice cube lowered by 1. Not super effective, but I mean, it is an ice cube. If you drink the ice water bottle, your temperature will lower by 4, and the ice cream, I believe, lowers your temperature by 5. Yes, it lowers by 5. So those are the 3 different food items. If you live in a warm biome, then you can use these to help regulate the heat. The ice water does also return the bottle. So those are the 3 new food items that I've added. Now to show off the final 2 items, which are the hand warmer and the ice pack. Now these are fairly straightforward items. The hand warmer, right click, raises your temperature by 1. You can keep using it. The ice pack is the same, but it lowers your temperature, of course. Makes sense. If you were to use them in survival mode, they do have durability. They have about the durability of a stone pickaxe, but yeah, you can use those to easily adjust your temperature. Now, even though these items do have durability, they can actually be repaired. As you can see, this hand warmer is completely broken, but it doesn't disappear like most broken tools would. And the way to repair it is pretty simple. You just pop it in a furnace, and a few seconds later, you've got a repaired hand warmer. Now, the ice pack doesn't repair in a furnace. It's a little different, but I'll show that off in a bit. So that is it for the new items that I've added in this mod, and here are all their crafting recipes. You'll notice that there's no crafting recipe for the ice cream, but I'll show you how to get that in a second. So anyway, now I'm going to show off the new blocks that I've added. First of all, it's just this scorched earth block. It's just a decoration block, doesn't do anything, but I don't know, I think it looks neat. Anyway, the first, actually interesting blocks that I want to show off are the heater and the fan. So these are both powered by redstone, so just put these levers here. If you turn on the heater, it will raise the area temperature by 5. Actually, it only raises the area temperature by 5 if it's already 0 or higher. If the area temperature is below 0, it will actually raise the temperature by 8. So if you're really cold, it's a good way to warm up. The fan is the same thing, lowers the area temperature by 5, unless it's already above 0, then it'll lower it by 8. So that's the heater and the fan. The next item is this heating pad, which you'll notice the heating pad doesn't increase the area temperature around it, but if you stand on it, your temperature will quickly go up to 4. Notice that it caps at 4, so you're not going to get a heat stroke just standing on the heating pad for too long, which is nice. So, quick way to warm up. And the last block I want to show off is the refrigerator. Now, the refrigerator works kind of like a furnace. There are certain things that you can put into it that will output other things. For example, this is how you repair the ice pack. So if I put an ice pack in, it'll result in a repaired ice pack. So that's how you repair the ice packs, but the other example that I want to show is a bucket of milk, because if you put a milk bucket in the refrigerator, it'll actually result in an ice cream. And this is the only way to get ice cream. Like I said earlier, it doesn't have a crafting recipe, so that's the only way to get it. And it returns the bucket, which is very nice. Here's the list of all the items that you can put in a refrigerator and what they will output. So that's all the new blocks this mod adds, and here's how you craft them. So not only have I added my own temperature source blocks, I've also added temperature sources to some vanilla blocks. So I'm going to show examples of each because there are 4 different types. There are hot blocks, which function the same as the heater. You'll see it raises the temperature by 5. Same with cold blocks. I've decided that Soulfire and Redstone are cold, just because it makes sense. That lowers the area temperature by 5 as well. The warm blocks and the cool blocks are a little different. You'll notice that they only adjust the temperature by 1. Same for a redstone torch, it lowers the temperature by 1. And there is one little bit of a special case, and that is fire. Now, fire on its own acts as a hot block, of course, but if I switch into survival, you'll notice that if I'm on fire, my player temperature immediately jumps to 10, but you'll also notice that I don't actually have the heat stroke effect. I instead just have overheat. That's just because I figured if I'm already taking fire damage, there's no reason to take heat stroke damage on top of that. And here is the list of all of the blocks that I've added a temperature source to, sorted by their temperature. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoy the mod and you want to check it out for yourself, the download link will be in the description. It is for version 1.16.1, and it's currently in the beta stages, so if you want to just download it, play around with it, see if you can find any issues, that would be great. Also, if you want to use the seed that I used for this video, it's great for testing this mod. It's got a Badlands right over there and a Tundra over there. I'll put that in the description too. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!